Such a special occasion on 25 years of the annual Victorian School Sports Awards. It's a time to reflect on where the awards have come over this time, people that have gone before award recipients, celebrate where we've come, particularly in all the sporting disciplines, and I think about most importantly female participation in sport and how much that has progressed over 25 years in Victoria and in Australia. And also a chance on this hallowed turf and the ground here at the MCG to pause and reflect on the significance of this place here. And when we think about the MCG, it's hard to not get lost in some of the history and theatre and immortalised sporting achievements at this place. I reflect back and you get sort of lost in daydreaming in some of those achievements, like the moment at the Commonwealth Games in 2006 when Karen McCann ran out onto the MCG, 80,000 screaming fans, and won by 2 seconds to claim Commonwealth gold after 2.5 hours of a marathon run, something that Steve would be very familiar with. Or the sea of pink across the MCG for the field of women at the G, raising awareness for Funds and Breast Cancer Network. 95,000 adoring Liverpool Football Club fans and a few Melbourne Victory fans singing Liverpool's anthem, You'll Never Walk Alone, or Shane Warne's triumphant 700th Test wicket, or the many tears of joy and of tears of sadness in AFL Grand Finals. And if there's any Collingwood fans in the room, I apologise for maybe reliving some memories. But it's a powerful reminder of how sport connects communities, cultures, and our social settings. It brings us all together. And it is, and I would like to take the opportunity to congratulate School Sport Victoria for building these awards into the inspiring events it is today. And we look forward to hearing the names of those recipients, who then join the who's who of previous year's recipients if you look through some of the sporting talent and achievements of those recipients in the past. Today we are recognising 57 students, teachers, parents and volunteers who have excelled or made an outstanding contribution to school sports. 48 students will receive individual Sporting Blue Awards, and we will present an additional 8 awards in Outstanding category. Finally, we will also present the Lindsay Gaze Outstanding Sports Leadership Award for dedication to both school and community sport. We are celebrating your achievements today because outstanding achievements like yours rely on character as well as talent. It requires perseverance, determination, resilience and commitment. You might be confronting adversity during those times as you pursue your sports, the ups and downs and trials and tribulations. And in many ways, sport is defined by those challenges and the courage to stand up and to push on through pressure to perform. I think that's why we're all joined as a community to sport. It's that courage and that commitment, the personal stories or the team spirit and stories that bring us together that play out before our eyes. So can we give a big round of applause to those recipients who will receive their awards today. We congratulate them, and when they accept their awards today, they are taking their place alongside Victorian sporting history. In their short walk to the stage, you'll see them be followed by sporting people who've led remarkable achievements. Young Victorians have gone on to become Olympians, world champions and competition winners across many sports. For the swimmers here today, Samantha Hamill is someone to aspire to. She won the School Sports Award in both primary and secondary schools categories, and then went on to be a 2-time Olympian. Then there's Ashley McConnell, who won 2 awards for the athlete with a disability while she was at school, and then in 2008 she won a bronze medal. At 2018 she won a bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games. And if you're a cricket tragic, you might be interested to know that in 2004 Aaron Finch was recognised for his performances at Colac High School and is on the cusp of going on to be leading the Australian cricket team at the World Cup, and of course we want him back in the Test team as soon as possible as well. These are just some of the many outstanding award recipients we've seen over the years. Today you take your place alongside them, and we celebrate your journey and everyone that came along on that journey, from coaches, peers, teachers, your parents, everyone that has contributed to make this day where you're standing here today possible. And it's alongside more than 600,000 students who participate in government school sports each and every year. And there's also the sporting referees, officials, the volunteers and sports administrators at all levels that underpin community sports and elite competition. They are all part of the success we're celebrating now, and I'm glad that we're acknowledging some of those people with awards today. Because whether we're cheering from the sidelines or competing in the arena, sport brings us all together. It connects us, it unites us, and it's a big part of the community. And I couldn't think of a better place here in the sporting capital of the world here in Melbourne, and our passion for sport across Victoria, that we celebrate 25 years in the journey of Victorian School Sports. And I'd like to leave you with this final thought, that with the progression of female participation in sport over the years and exponentially in recent years, it was 25 years ago that both girls and boys were being recognised in each sporting category. And so education and schools have had an important role to play in equality and Melbourne and our passion for sport across Victoria, that we celebrate 25 years in the journey of Victorian School Sports. And I'd like to leave you with this final thought, that with the progression of female participation in sport over the years and exponentially in recent years, it was 25 years ago that both girls and boys were being recognised in each sporting category. And so education and schools have had an important role to play in equality and Melbourne and our passion for sport across Victoria, that we celebrate 25 years in the journey of Victorian School Sports. And I'd like to leave you with this final thought, that with the progression of female participation in sport over the years and exponentially in recent years, it was 25 years ago that both girls and boys were recognised in each sporting category. So education
I've actually got my Commonwealth Games uniform from last year on. I think I was about to head off to the Commonwealth Games this time last year, so what a fantastic team result for our country it was up there, and Victorians really excelling. So terrific to be able to wear it. It's a standout. It can't miss me anyway. It's one good thing with our green and gold colours, but I'm proud to wear this uniform. I too would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we meet on here today, as Tim's already acknowledged. And thank you for those kind words. Now, I'd also like to acknowledge our Olympic and sporting stars in the room today, School Sport Victoria ambassadors, of which I'm one, who have joined us here to celebrate this year's winners. We have Paralympians Richard Coleman and Matthew Hannapel, and Olympians Lyndon Hall, Josh Dunkley-Smith, Ashley Brennan, and our Australian netball stars, Kelsey Brown and Maddie Robinson. Would you give a round of applause? We're now going to let you eat, but while you're eating we'll be entertained by the Canterbury Girls Secondary College, so put your hands together for our girls from Canterbury Girls Secondary College, Elizabeth, Isabella, Leone and Flora. Thanks girls. Welcome back. Wow, don't we feel better now we've got some food in our belly? How good was that? Well done. Everyone happy with their meals? Yes, would be the right answer. That's it. Don't be shy. And what about the music? Thanks very much to our girls from Canterbury Girls Secondary College. I'd now like to invite the President of School Sport Victoria, Tony Goodwin, to the stage to say a few words. Come on up, Tony.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, especially a big welcome to the award recipients and their supporters. As mentioned by the Parliamentary Secretary Tim Richardson, the MCG is a peak of sporting venues here in Victoria and one of the best in the world. I'm a bit biased because I like to come to this venue all the time. I was involved in the Commonwealth Games, and when you saw an athletics track out there, the Commonwealth Games, it was amazing. There's no better place to celebrate the successes of those involved in junior sport here in Victoria. The Department of Education and Training wants schools to focus on happy, healthy and resilient students. And as such, DEET want more students being physically active and more students being resilient. Sport teaches students resilience and equips them with the skills to think critically and problem solve in an increasingly competitive world. School Sport Victoria is assisting DEET with this focus. With this priority in mind, School Sport Victoria's vision is the importance of engaging all young students or young people in a healthy, active lifestyle through quality physical education and sporting programs. You can see my lens on education really does have a sporting flavour. We at School Sport Victoria want young people to engage and grow into better people through programs we offer. Sport creates opportunities for every Victorian, allowing young people to make connections, learn to work together and reach their full potential. School Sport Victoria provides opportunities for not only students, and we're going to celebrate them today, it offers opportunities for staff, parents, guardians, extended family members, volunteers, coaches, and as Tim mentioned, the wider community to be involved in a variety of levels. Behind every one of the successful recipients today is an array of people who all support the development of that young person in different ways. School Sport Victoria has the responsibility of providing opportunities for all of those to be involved in the development of the state's young people. Today's award recipients will receive their awards with an array of people. So, just a quick snapshot of what School Sport Victoria does. I'm proud to be the president of this fantastic organisation. It is one of the biggest junior sporting organisations in Victoria, if not Australia. We provide a junior sporting organisation that operates two major programs. Firstly, we organise and administer an interstate program for approximately 2,400 government, Catholic and independent schools across Victoria, comprising approximately 1,800 primary and 600 secondary schools. As Tim mentioned, we annually see over 600,000 students access our program. Secondly, we organise and administer the Team Vic program, which participates in national programs around Australia. We enter 65 teams annually in 22 different sports. It is through this program that School Sport Victoria shows the DEET goal of inclusiveness by providing opportunities for young people to participate no matter what education system they come from and no matter what their background is. This state government is committed to education. We are the education state. I continue to thank our current state government for that, and I know our current Minister for Education, Deputy Premier James Molina, is working really hard to make that a reality. School Sport Victoria cherishes the responsibility of assisting the Department of Education and Training by providing sporting programs to put Victoria at the forefront of junior sport in Australia. Interestingly, our responsibility as a junior sporting organisation extends further than just the playing arenas of sport. We continue to support the development of physical literacy. Research has shown that students improve their literacy learning through increased physical activities. That is ongoing and we are helping to make that a reality. We organise and run the Victorian Teacher Games annually for approximately 2,700 teachers. This year, Geelong will host it. Our Sporting Excellence Scholarship Fund continues to grow and attracts interest from the corporate world. Last year, our fund was able to allocate 80 scholarships to young sporting people who couldn't afford to do sport without the scholarship. In 2019, we hope to have over 100 scholarships. That's just a snapshot of School Sport Victoria. The 25th Victorian School Sports Awards today will celebrate the efforts of the sports stars of 2018. These stars have performed extraordinary feats during the past 12 months. I would particularly like to thank the other principals, class people in the room, who obviously believe that sport in their schools is important and more important, worth celebrating. On behalf of School Sport Victoria, I would like to congratulate all the award recipients and wish them continued success in their chosen sport.
Thanks very much, Tony. Tony Goodwin, or Goodwin, what a name. That is just a fantastic name. Love that. I've just got Monaghetti, which is Italian for a wimpy marathon runner, but anyway, that is what it is. And Tony, congratulations and thank you to your staff at School Sports Victoria for all the work they've done throughout the year to set up such great programs so we can enjoy our sports. So thanks very much, Tony, to your team. And let's not forget to thank those people. What are they? I think they're the most reasonably priced taxi drivers going around, and I think they're also the loudest and best cheer squads. That's your mum and dad, and those people. Give a round of applause for your We can't do what we do without them. I'm the dad of 4 children. I'm zipping home tonight to get my daughter to netball, in fact. So 5-10 game, I think I'll make it in Ballarat. We've got a real Geelong focus today, but I'm a little bit biased. I'm a Ballarat boy, but we do have a Geelong focus. So who's from Geelong here? What's going on down in Geelong? Put your hands up, don't be shy, come on, I know. Yeah. For some reason there's a real message of Geelong, so doing something well down there. We'll get to that though. And also just the extended family, all the teachers, Tony did and Tim both mentioned the teachers, volunteers, coaches and other tireless supporters, because we couldn't do what we do without having that strong team behind us. On behalf of School Sport Victoria and the Department of Education and Training, please join me in acknowledging the following organisations for their dedication and commitment to school sport in Victoria. Firstly, the Victorian Olympic Council, the Victorian Institute of Sport, and our individual winners today will receive some extra goodies from these supporters. The MCG who have provided complimentary passes for a tour of the MCG. DMC Sport, who have made our winners their own sports award hoodies, so you can show those off to your teammates. And the Victorian Olympic Council, who have donated gifts to our outstanding student winners. So thanks to those organisations, give them a round of applause. And we mentioned about it being our 25th year of the Victorian Sports Awards, and if you have a look on the back of your program, the last few pages, you'll see the names of all of the past winners throughout those 25 years. Now, listed in that honour roll and celebrating with us today, we actually have 2 past winners in the room, and they went on to live their dream of representing Australia. We're actually going to watch a little video to show their story on the journey that they made.
I think the Victorian School Sport Award was sort of the first nod that I got as a recognition for what I'd done in netball, and I think it's sort of sparked a bit of fire in me to keep pursuing that, and I love the feeling on the day, and so it's very special to me. I won the Victorian School Sports Award in 1999. Shelley O'Donnell was my netball idol growing up, and when I actually walked into the room I was like, she's here, oh my goodness. And she was the one that actually handed me over my Blues Award, and I got to have a photo with her, so it was a huge honour not only to one, receive the award, but to obviously to be handed it by my netball idol and the person I dreamed of meeting and, you know, being one day. My greatest career highlight would be the day that I got to debut for Australia. That was something that I'd honestly dreamed about since I was a kid, and since maybe Maddie had done it, and I wanted to be there so badly. And then when I got to step out on court and say that I was diamond number 175, I've got goosebumps talking about it. Yeah, it makes me really proud. We've both represented Victoria multiple times, and it's always been a huge honour to wear the big V and go out there and represent not only yourself and your teammates, but also your state that you're from. And we always say we're proud Victorians, and we love that. You've got to learn about yourself through every experience, because to not only be better athletes, you have to be great people. And I think that's what takes the good to the great. For the athletes here today, you all know what you want to achieve. It's going to be damn hard work, but if you're willing to put in and you really want it, go for it, because honestly you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, so Kelsey and Maddie, think that might be filmed over at, what's that place? It's at the Eddy Centre over there, I think, isn't it? So just across the river from where we are, on this side of the river. So thanks, Kelsey and Maddie, for giving us a bit of an insight on the journey. And that could be you. That's why we're here today, to celebrate, and you can see the journey that they've gone on. In fact, we'll get the presentations underway, and we're lucky to have some special guests here to be able to help us present the awards today. We've got 4 sporting stars who are going to help us with those presentations, and for the first lot of Sporting Blues, I'd like to welcome Kelsey Brown, who we just heard from, at Australian Netball and Lyndon Hall Olympic athlete. So come up. Hi, ladies, come up front, don't be shy, come up here. I am scary, but I'll take it easy on you. How you going, Kelsey? Thanks for taking the time to be along here today. I think you genuinely have a pretty close connection with what we're here about today.
Yeah, I am really excited to be here today. When they offered to come along, I jumped at it. It was, I can remember walking through the doors at the MCG the day that I won. I was wearing my school uniform, and I absolutely love what this day is about, and it's cool to be here.
So I think that was 2008? So
yeah, 2008.
11 years ago. And,
yeah.
And what happened, so if you put yourself in the chairs of our students today, what happened? What were the breaks and the significant moments in your career that allowed you to then go on and represent Australia?
When I showed up here in 2008, I was lucky enough to be here with my principal, who supported my sporting journey through school very well. I was here with my mum as well, and pretty much from there, I kept trialling for teams, putting my name up. One of those stories where I didn't always make everything. My secondary school's netball team, I tried out for 2 years in a row and didn't make it, and I said to Mum, I'm not going back for third year, Mum. She said, and lucky enough I went back and made it, and pretty much from then just kept putting my name up for teams, and was lucky enough to be selected in some, and now back in Melbourne, having played 2 years on the Sunshine Coast with the Sunshine Coast Lightning. We won back-to-back premierships, and now back in Melbourne with my big sis and my family playing for Collingwood.
Yes, and you are one of the shorter, we won't say, I think you are the shortest.
I am the shortest,
Officially you are the shortest player in the Australian Netball.
Yeah, stand at a tall 164.
And has that inhibited you in any way? Do you think people look at you and kind of go, oh no, you're too small, we're not going to select you?
I get this question all the time. From
sorry.
No, I love answering it. As in, I get it from parents often asking their kids aren't making teams because they're too short, but I think it's one of my greatest assets, and it allowed me to develop my sporting brain and sort of problem solve on the court a lot more than, say, other people did. And I feel like I've got a lot of tools in my kit at the moment that I can call on just because I never could rely on my height. That's not saying that if you're tall, you're less than. I would absolutely love to be tall. I just had to find ways around competing against those girls who were a lot physically taller and stronger than me. And I'm really proud to be the shortest in the competition. I feel like it pushed me to be better in other areas.
It's a great answer. So thanks, Kelsey. And Lyndon, you've had a little bit of a setback the last few months, coming off an injury or two.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great start to 2019 after a huge 2018 with the Gold Coast Commonwealth Games with yourself. But it's all part of the game and just sort of resetting, refocusing and setting different goals that might not be the goals I wanted to be setting this time of the year, but sort of rescheduling and looking at the bigger picture. We've got championships in October and the Olympics are, on the horizon. So just trying to be in the best position I can to be ready for those.
And Tony talked about resilience, and we hear when you're winning races, breaking Australian records, and all the good times, and yet there obviously are some difficult periods in that. So what's one of the little messages or stories you could say, pass on to the people here today that just keep you going when times are tough?
Yeah, I think it's been mentioned a few times about family and support around people, and it really is having those right people around you and your sporting team and the people who are going to be there on the really high days and the ones who are going to pick you up when you're not feeling so great. And I'm really spoiled with the people I get to work through my training partner, my family, everyone at Victorian Institute of Sport have been really supportive. So, I've got all the right people in my corner and I know I'm doing all the right things. I'll be able to set little training goals, and they might not be running PBs on the track, but I've been lifting heavier weights in the gym because it's a little side project. So, just finding other ways to keep yourself busy and just having other things in your life outside of sport. Do a little bit of work as a dietitian, which is nice to have variety in my life and something else to focus my energy on when things aren't great on the track.
Good. Well, we're delighted to have you here to help us to present. I'm sure it's be a highlight for our awardees when they come up to receive the awards from you. So thanks for taking the time, Lyndon and Kelsey. Good-o. Yeah, give them a round of applause. Okay, we're going in alphabetical order, and I love that because what's the first sport we start with? It might happen to be athletics. So would you please welcome when you come up, so if our winners can come up centre of stage, accept your medal and certificate from the ladies, and then move down to my right, your left of stage, down the stairs or ramp. That'd be great. Thanks very much. Our first category, please welcome our Sporting Blue Award winners for athletics.
Saskia Myers-Hately, Mount View Primary School.
Despite being hearing impaired at birth, Saskia has raced forward. Excelling in multi-class athletics, she's won multiple events at all levels, including state and 3 Pan-Pacific Games medals. Highlights were winning silver in the 800 metre and gold in the 4x100 metre relay. Success continued at the 2018 Track and Field Nationals, including winning 1 gold and 2 bronze medals.
Mount View Primary School.
Participating and winning at Deaf Sports Days developed Ethan's love of sport and competition. Ethan went on to win 2 gold medals at the multi-class cross-country in Tasmania and both silver and bronze at the Track and Field Pacific School Games, trophies for Under 11 Best Athlete and Personal Best Award. Winning more medals at the 2018 Team Vic Nationals in Melbourne are further evidence of Ethan's growing talents.
Special School.
2018 was a big year for James, with athletics achievements spread across Little Athletics, Athletics Victoria and School Sport Victoria. His most recent accomplishments came when he competed at the Victorian All Schools Track and Field Championships. He medalled in 5 different events, winning gold in long jump and discus and silver in the 100, 200 and 800 metre events. Alyssa is a national and state champion, having taken home School Sport Australia gold medals for discus and shot put. She has set records in both, is a winning javelin thrower and also plays volleyball and football. Alyssa regards learning of her nomination for the Victorian School Sports Awards as one of her proudest moments and dreams of one day representing Australia in athletics.
Greenvale Primary School.
Max's speedy rise in athletics began after placing 6th at state level for the 200 metre. After moving to the next age category, Max remained unbeaten each time he raced this distance, which made him the school, divisional, regional, state and national champion in his group. He also came 3rd at nationals for the 100 metre.
Maribyrnong College.
Kevin's hard work and dedication has resulted in outstanding achievements for hammer, shot put, discus and javelin. One of Kevin's greatest accomplishments is claiming top 3 placings at the Australian Championships in March 2018. Kevin enjoys helping others succeed and coached a fellow aspiring shot put athlete to state level in the Primary School Sport Victoria competition.
Happy Caldwell, Doncaster Secondary College.
College cross-country champion in her age group for 5 years running, Abby is also the 2018 School Sport Victoria 3 kilometre under-17 girls record holder and 800 metre champion for the under-17 category. She's represented Australia in France and Finland in both cross-country and athletics, finishing 6th place in the International School Sport Federation's World School Cross-Country Championships in Paris.
Great work, team, our athletes. Now, high marks, long kicks, precise handball and strong tackles. Obviously, we'd be talking about Sporting Blue Award winners for Australian rules football.
Ty Kitchell, Apollo Parkways Primary School.
Ty's skills resulted in his School Sport Victoria selection to the 2018 Victorian Australian rules football team. He epitomises what school sport is about, displaying a strong focus on fair play and team spirit. Ty strives to compete at the highest level, both on and off the football field, also excelling in athletics, cross-country and basketball across a mixture of school, district, division, region and state levels.
Georgia Patrikios, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
Georgia competed on the national stage, representing Victoria as well as in her TAC Cup pathway. Georgia also creates exciting opportunities in front of goal, demonstrating ever-present consideration for her teammates. The AFL Academy member showcased her skills at the Under-18 National Championships and at the conclusion gained selection in the All-Australian team for a second time.
Our next winner can't be here today as he's been drafted to play in the AFL in South Australia, but Principal Nick Scott will accept the award on his behalf. Thanks, Nick.
Zach Butters, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
Zach's gained an award for his hard work with his selection in the TAC Cup system with the Western Jets Football Club. 2018 has seen Zach juggle Year 12 studies with training and playing commitments. His resilience and good decision-making, combined with the skill, balance and versatility to win his own ball, places Zach in a great position to flourish in the AFL environment and the Port Adelaide Football Club.
Well done to our footy players. The next sport demands fitness, great hand-eye coordination and explosive bursts of speed. Please welcome this year's Sporting Blue Award winner for baseball.
Charlie Clemons, Ringwood Secondary College.
Swapping his tennis racket for a baseball bat at the age of 10, Charlie's thrived being in a team environment. He's since achieved a great deal, especially in 2018, representing Victoria at the National Baseball Championships in Sydney and making the Australian Under-15 World Cup team. An opportunity of a lifetime awaits in 2019 after being invited by a Boston Red Sox talent scout to play baseball in a tournament in the USA.
Well done, Charlie. Unfortunately, our next winner, Cody, is also unable to attend today as he's currently playing in a showcase in the USA. His dad, Steve, will be accepting the medal on his behalf.
Cody Rodwell, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
After winning state titles in sprints and long jump, Cody shifted his focus to baseball and softball, amassing 14 state team selections and 1 national team representation across the sports. Selection for the All-Australian team following the School Sport Australia 2018 National Championships led to Cody travelling to the United States with the Australian schoolboys team.
Well done, Charlie and Cody. Thanks, Steve. We're going to slam dunk the next one, our Sporting Blues Award winners for basketball.
Georgia McBean, Apollo Parkways Primary School.
Selection to School Sport Victoria's Under-12 Team Vic basketball team and being named captain rewarded Georgia's commitment and passion for the game. At national, state, region, division, district and school levels, she has consistently upheld team spirit and fair play. Georgia has also displayed aptitude for a host of other sports, including athletics, cross-country and netball.
Ryder Cheeseman, Mount Albert Primary School.
Ryder began competing at age 8, playing representative basketball with the Bulleen Boomers. In 2018, his team won the Melbourne United Victorian Junior Basketball League Under-12 Boys National Classic and the Under-12 Boys Victorian Championships, with Ryder awarded Most Valuable Player for both.
Gabrielle Newton, Greensboro College.
An avid basketball and Australian rules football player, Gabrielle has played both at state and national level. After captaining the Victorian Under-18 girls basketball team to win silver at the School Sport Australia Championships in Darwin, Gabrielle was selected in the All-Australian team and awarded Most Valuable Player of the tournament.
Tyler Robertson, Box Hill Senior Secondary College.
Tyler has combined representative duties with the Dandenong Rangers team and playing with Vic Metro State teams and participating in Basketball Australia's National Performance Program. He was a member of the Australian Emus, competing at the International Basketball Federation's Oceania Championships and Asia Championships.
Well done, guys. Next, there's no stumping our Sporting Blues award winners for cricket.
Zoe Samuel, McKinnon Primary School.
Zoe's pace bowling skills and powerful batting quickly led to selection in the Under-12 Team Vic cricket team. Zoe demonstrated her ability to bring out the best in others, captaining numerous teams. These included the South Eastern Cricket Association Girls Under-12 team, who were runners-up in the Claudia Fatone Shield, and her school's AFL girls team, which won district finals.
Congratulations, Zoe. This next sport demands stamina and endurance, showing absolutely no bias at all. It may be my favourite sport. Welcome this year's Sporting Blues award winners for cross country.
Kira Wright, Wandong Primary School.
Kira was the Under-10 Girls Multi-Class National Cross Country Champion, with gold medal wins for the 1 kilometre and 2 kilometre events. Took multiple top 3 placings at the school state track and field events in her division, and claimed medals at the School Sport National Track and Field Championships. She's ranked as an Under-10 Girls Multi-Class Division Australian National Champion.
Declan Tanner, Mount Eliza Primary School.
Declan's broken 10 Mornington Little Athletics Centre records, achieved 8 state titles for distance running, and even knocked 2 seconds off the Australian record at the Pacific School Games. Her promise was obvious from age 6, and she charged forward to win a string of gold and bronze medals.
Hamish Terrace, Kanyang Primary School.
Hamish's drive and determination have taken him to rank 4th in the state, despite having a significant hearing impairment. He started running at age 9, has represented Victoria in cross-country 3 years running, and in 2018 was honoured with the role of Team Vic captain. Hamish thrives in the sporting environment and is also an avid footy and basketball player.
Zoe Babapule, Canterbury Girls Secondary College.
Zoe has achieved outstanding results at School Sport Victoria cross-country events throughout her secondary school life. She's consistently won the 3-kilometre race in her age group, and in addition to this annual performance in track and field, she's repeatedly won the 800 metre at both state and national levels.
Well done. I think I might know Zoe's name. Gee, that is making me feel old, isn't it, mate? Terrific work. Well done. Now we're going to dive right into our next sport. This group of athletes possesses courage, precision and a head for heights. Congratulations to our Sporting Blue Award winners for diving.
Stella Forsyth, Great Ryrie Primary School.
Stella was the youngest qualifier to represent Victoria in the Australian Elite Junior Diving Championships, and was the only one in her age group to qualify for all 3 boards at this event. Her accomplishments, including 2 gold, 2 silver and a bronze medal from the School Sport Australia Diving Championships, are even more amazing, considering Stella's only been diving competitively for 18 months.
Benjamin Wilson, Livingston Primary School.
Benjamin has only been competition diving for 3 years, and he's taken home a pool of medals. He won Most Outstanding Age Diver of the Year in Victoria in 2018, and medalled in the Victorian State Championships on all platforms. He came first in every event while representing Victoria, and won silver and bronze at the Pacific School Games in Adelaide.
Congratulations, Stella and Benjamin. Excellent footwork and a tactical mind have helped our next recipients to succeed. I'd like you to meet our Sporting Blue Award winners for football.
Madeline Cook, Beaumaris North Primary School.
Madeline's football passion began at age 5, where she played in mixed teams at Brighton Soccer Club. Her 2018 sporting season was spent at Bayside United in the under-12 squad, as well as participating in the New Zealand National Youth Futsal Championships. As a member of Sandringham's under-12 Kangaroo League champions, Madeline won the prestigious Golden Boot.
Idris Abdullahi, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
At 15, Idris was the youngest player selected as debutant for the Melbourne City Football Club A-League. Becoming a Joey at the Australian Socceroos Under-17 camp afforded him the opportunity for selection for the upcoming Under-17 World Cup. Idris is an exemplary young leader whose mindset is to help others on and off the pitch.
Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
Enya represented the Under-17's Junior Matilda squad at the Round 1 AFC Asian Championship qualifiers. She's been identified as an emerging senior Matilda, and in 2018 joined the Melbourne City Football Club in the Women's W League. At 15, she is the youngest ever female player to have signed a professional contract with them.
Our next winners are a first for this category, certainly scoring a hole in one. I'd like you to meet the brother and sister Sporting Blue Award winners for golf.
Piper Stars, Rowville Secondary College.
Piper's dazzling form was recently displayed with 7 tournament victories, including the School Sport Victoria State Senior Championship and the State Par 3 Championship. Piper went on to be selected to represent Victoria at under-18 level for the South Pacific Junior International Open. In 2018, Piper received the prestigious Golf Victoria Pierre de Coubertin Award.
Jasper Stars, Roeville Secondary College.
Jasper is currently ranked Victoria's #1 junior golfer. He's represented and captained for Golf Victoria Under-18s, interstate teams and Team Vic Under-17s. As captain, he inspired his golfers to successfully defend several crowns, including the Dean Shakes Shield. Jasper's standard of play and sportsmanship reaped the All-Australian honours at the School Sport Australia National Championships.
Congratulations, Piper and Jasper. Siblings to watch out for in the future. He's rocking those pants. I've got to lose the socks and roll my pants up. Is that right, Jasper? I haven't quite got the memo. Next time. Up next, please welcome to the stage the Sporting Blue Award winners for one of our most successful sports, hockey.
Lulu Stansby, Beaumaris Primary School.
Lulu's played hockey since she was 4 and has enjoyed 8 years of local, state and national successes. During 2018, she was selected for 4 Victorian teams, including the Hockey Victoria team and School Sport Victoria girls team, the latter of which she captained to win a state final.
Joshua Allen, Camberwell Primary School.
Joshua's represented Victoria in the Under-12 team at the School Sport Australia Championships in Queensland, where at only age 9, he was the highest team scorer. Since then, he's represented Victoria 6 times at national championships, including the Pacific School Games.
Enya Talbot, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
Hockey player Enya has already played at the highest level in Women's Premier League hockey, and in 2020 she's set to represent Australia in the All-Australian Girls Hockey team in Germany. Through her captaincy, the Under-16 Girls Shield teams became back-to-back premiership winners.
Cooper Burns, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
A passion for hockey saw Cooper win Best and Fairest for Altona Hockey Club in the Under-16 Shield competition. He achieved leading goal scorer in the Hockey Victoria Under-15 indoor team and the School Sport Victoria Under-16 hockey team. Cooper was also selected to represent School Sport Australia for the Under-16 hockey team in Europe in 2019.
Well, congratulations to everyone presented so far. The future's certainly looking bright. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the first round of presentations. Please would you thank me in, join me in thanking, join me in thanking Kelsey and Lyndon for helping with the presentation. We'll now take a short break. Dessert will be served and we'll be entertained by the Canterbury Girls Secondary Colleges. Okay, we're back. I went down, I had a word to Jasper and I tried it. That's my visual gag for the day, not a very good one, it's as good as I can do. Yeah, they won't let me back in Ballarat now, I'll be in trouble. Showing any fashion sense at all, I'll get kicked out of Ballarat, but we'll be okay. Would you thank our girls from Canterbury Girls Secondary College? Okay, we're on to the second part of our Sporting Blues Awards. We've got another couple of guest presenters that I have the pleasure to interview, so would you please welcome up Maddie Robinson and Richard Coleman. Hi, Maddie.
Hi,
You've
Steve.
got family. And these two are from Geelong, aren't you? Well, not originally, because actually, Richard, you were born in Stavanger.
Yeah, I was over there. when I was born, and then we moved back here, and it's a great thing to be back in Geelong and the greatest town of all.
Oh, I actually didn't mind Stavanger because I ran a world cross country in Stavanger and I actually ran pretty well. It was a golf course, it was very, very muddy. If you're a member of that golf course, you would have been asking for your reduction on your fees, I can tell you. But beautiful part of the world. So what's the Stavanger-Norway connection? How did that happen?
Dad was working for Shell at the time, so they were based over there. Then after I was born, they moved back here to be closer with my mum's family, me having disabilities. So it's a good choice for the because I don't like the cold, I don't like the snow. So being a track athlete, we like hot weather. So I'm glad we moved back to Geelong.
Yeah, no, it certainly worked out well for you. And you've had great support from the community down in Geelong?
Yeah, Geelong is a great place to be an athlete, as we all know, and I'm glad I did there because I wouldn't have achieved what I have if I hadn't lived in Geelong. And I'm just considered another athlete, and I'm grateful for all the support.
Yeah, and I think you have AM after your name. That's after marathoning. Is that right? Is that so? Right, but I think there is a rumour that you've retired. Is that right?
The sport did tell me that recently. And I was like, hang on, I'm still racing, I'm still training, and yeah, unfortunately my health has been pretty poor, to say the least, the last few years with chronic fatigue. So trying to do marathons and chronic fatigue don't really go well, but I've tried to keep going and still keep going. One of my heroes is 62, so I feel that I've still got a few years left, but we'll see what happens, and I'm now coaching, that's my focus.
But I'm only 56, mate, you've got my age right. Who would that be?
Heinz Reich from Switzerland, so I've been racing him now 20 years, and he's still, such a hero, and still going really well.
Well, it's fantastic to have you here, Richard. Thanks for helping us out today. And Maddie, you're just coming up as an older sister of Kelsey. Experience, that's right. Now, we're not going to mention that you may have won the Sporting Blue Award in 1999. That was last millennium.
I know. It's a long time ago. But I was saying to the people on the table when you were talking about what they get, the goodies that they get in their pack, and I was like, I still have my hoodie that I had Mum and Dad's house, and when we stay the night, I usually put it on, and I love it. I used to be like, oh goodness, I can't wait to get into the bag and see the hoodie. I just want a hoodie.
Right.
So I thought we might wear it to try like that.
Yeah, and that we love that, the fact that you have those fond memories. And do you remember being here, and then was there some expectation then that you would go on to bigger and better things?
I'm not sure about the expectation bit, but I do remember the day. It was we weren't actually at the MCG because it was so long ago, Steve. We were actually at Hilton, and yeah, I do remember walking into the room and seeing, obviously so many school kids of similar age and some that are older, and going, wow, like just even hearing the blurbs when they get up on stage and going, wow, they've achieved so much, and how inspiring it is to hear different people's journeys. But yeah, obviously on the day when I got up on the stage and meet my netball idol, and I still have that photo and she signed it, and that was obviously incredible. But it's been an up and down journey since then. Obviously we're speaking before about healthy, happy and resilient athletes, and I think all of us have had some challenging times along the way, but it all starts here today where you get that little bit of a pat on the back for your efforts, and the hard work will begin, and hopefully a whole lot of people in the room are representing Australia one day like we have.
Yeah, and that's true. I think that pathway through, Maddie, so significant for you out of school, and then did you have to relocate? Did you have to move to further your career?
Yeah, so obviously, the Uber drivers with Mum and Dad were amazing back in the day, and they used to drive myself, but also even Kels up and down the freeway 6 to 7 times doing basketball and netball, swimming, whatever we wanted to have a go at, they would take us. But then I obviously had to move to Perth for 2 years to pursue my netball journey, and then came back to play for Victoria with the Melbourne Vixens, and now obviously become the Magpies.
So it's all ups and downs along the way.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I also did my ACL in 2015, so there's been injuries, there's been making teams, there's been missing out, but that's all part and parcel of making you resilient, making you work harder, and trying to obviously, push to see how far you can go.
Yeah, well, we're delighted to have you here, and I'm sure those photos will be that they take with you, certainly in our first category, which happens to be netball appropriately. So certainly, would you thank Richard and Maddie for helping us out? As I mentioned, our first up award winners in this section are our Sporting Blue award winners for netball.
Olivia Honey, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
Olivia first played netball at age 8 and has made great progress ever since. Selection for the Netball Victoria Under-19 squad for the 2019 National Championships was a tremendous reward for her hard work. A dual athlete with a naturally competitive spirit, Olivia also had success in track and field, representing Victoria in the 100 metre and 4x100 metre relay at the 2018 All Schools Championships.
I don't think Olivia's here, but Nick's going to take it on her behalf. Thanks, Nick.
Connor Lilly, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
Connor is a great ambassador for men's and mixed netball. Throughout his 6 years of playing, he's won 13 Altona Association Best and Fairest awards. Incredibly, he was first selected for the Victorian Under-17 men's team at age 13. Other highlights include becoming National Champion of Australia in 2018, training with the Australian Diamonds.
Great work, Connor. Please welcome our Sporting Blue Award winners for rugby.
Alina Hunt, Milton Secondary College.
In 2018, Aaliyah was selected to be the Victorian captain of the Under-16 Rugby League team by NRL development coaches. Set to inspire, Aaliyah organised multiple rugby clinics for primary school students, conducted by Melbourne Storm development coaches. Her natural leadership qualities led her to coaching her school's junior girls rugby team to win the Robbie Kearns Shield.
Healy O'Halfanau, Mount Ridley, Penta 12 College.
Healy's exceptional display of skills on and off the rugby field have won him many accolades and awards. Highlights include a Greg Brentnell Young Achievers Award from Melbourne Storm, a School Players Player Award, and representative honours for performances in the Victorian Schoolboys Under-18s.
Congratulations to our Rugby Blues Award winners. Next up is the 4 Sporting Blue Award winners for sport. There's nothing soft about the ball in this sport, softball.
Talia Kelly, Killara Primary School.
Talia's given her all to realise each of her softball dreams, which includes making the Under-12 Victorian team, where she became vice-captain. Top leadership and sportsmanship qualities gained her captain status in state and school teams. Talia is a great role model who's always encouraging others to join and have a go.
Matthew Gabrielle, Killara Primary School.
Matthew's passion has seen him work hard to achieve his skills and become captain of his school's T-ball and softball teams. Both teams reached regional and state finals. At 11, Matthew was selected for the silver medal winning Under-15 Sunbury softball team. And in 2018, he pitched the win in the Labor Day Invitational Tournament in Adelaide.
Now our next award winner is actually sick today, so Principal Nick Scott, I think, will come up to accept on her behalf.
Marley Haranui, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
As an inspiring leader and with a strong work ethic, Marley became the youngest to be selected for the Softball Victoria Under-19 team. She captained School Sport Victoria Team Vic Under-17s for 2 years, seeing them into the Pacific School Games and competition in Cairns.
Mill Park Secondary College.
Marcus achieved a rarity in the softball arena. He played in the under-15s, under-17s, under-19s and open men's divisions of the Victorian State Championships in just 1 year. By age 10, he represented the Northern District Softball Association and various other associations in Victorian Championships.
Well done to our softballers. Now, waking up early, braving the cold and being very determined to be their best, and that's just the parents. Please welcome the Sporting Blues Awards to the winners from swimming.
Ian Bog, Oakley South Primary School.
Gold, silver and bronze are colours that characterise the swimming achievements of sporting all-rounder Eon. The elegance and speed at which she glides through the pool have won her gold at the School Sport Victoria Swimming Championships, as well as back-to-back state titles in freestyle and butterfly.
Cooperquath, Corumburra Primary School.
In 2018, Cooper medalled in several state swimming events, including the National Swimming Championships. His ability to support and mentor peers resulted in him being chosen to captain several sporting teams. As an all-rounder, Cooper has represented his school in almost every sport.
Jack Carr, Staunton College.
While competing at the School Sport Australia Championships in Hobart in 2018, Jack won 14 medals after previously cleaning up 5 golds at the Victorian School Championships. In addition, Jack medalled at numerous school sporting competitions at state and national levels.
Congratulations to our swimmers. We're smashing through these. As is our next Sporting Blue Award winner from the section from the sport of table tennis.
Eleanor Goodsell, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
Eleanor played her first National Junior Table Tennis Championships in 2017. By year's end, she was ranked 14 in the country. Eleanor went on to represent her sport and school with distinction. She's competed in matches across Australia, including being the youngest player at just 14 for the Table Tennis Victoria Under-18 girls team at the National Championships.
Well done, Eleanor. Sudden bursts of speed, quick reflexes and the resilience to play in extreme conditions. It's time to serve up our Sporting Blue Award winners for tennis.
Amelia Zilberman, Elwood Primary School.
Amelia was awarded Player of the Year by Tennis Victoria. Her passion for tennis and her persistence have seen her selected to represent Victoria for the School Sport Victoria State Championships, Under-12 Bruce Cup Tennis Championships and the National Clay Court and December Showdown Australian Championships.
Our next winner is unable to attend, but I think his dad, Shane, is going to come up and accept the award for Jack.
Jack Clemons, Wonthaggi Secondary College.
Ranked 7th in Australia for his age group, Jack's represented Victoria in national competitions, where he enjoyed competing with Australia's best. At 10 years old, Jack played his first tournament and decided to see how far he could go. Now he's off to an American college to further explore the possibilities of life as a tennis pro.
And Shane, please pass on our best wishes to Jack. This brings us to our final Sporting Blue Award for today. Please make welcome the winners from the sport of volleyball.
Maria Lukic, Maribyrnong College, Maribyrnong Sports Academy.
In 2018, gold and silver medalist Maria enjoyed the fruits of playing volleyball on an international scale. She competed at the Amateur Athletic Union Junior Volleyball Championships in the USA, representing Club Australia, and also competed at the Asian Women's Under-19 Volleyball Championships in Vietnam.
Maribyrnong College.
Champion volleyball player Ewan has many reasons to be proud. In 2018, he juggled major volleyball and schoolwork commitments, including an advanced curriculum enrichment program, all while managing juvenile arthritis. Ewan regularly plays above his age group in beach and indoor competitions, and in 2018 represented his school in the Open Men's Division in the Vic Schools Cup competitions.
Well done, Maria and Ewan. That concludes the presentation of our Sporting Blues Award medals. Would you please thank Maddie and Richard for helping us out? Our final outstanding awards are for Outstanding Teacher, Community Contribution, School and Community Partnerships, and our 2 Outstanding Student Awards. To help present our final awards, I'd like to invite back our Parliamentary Secretary, the Honourable Tim Richardson. Thanks, Tim. The winners of the Victorian School Sports Award for Outstanding Teacher Contributions are mentors and role models to countless young athletes, encouraging their participation in sport and spurring them to excel. They give their time, expertise and enthusiasm to the promotion of school sporting events throughout the year. Please welcome our Outstanding Teacher Contribution winners.
Karen Gibson, Brighton Secondary College.
Karen's ability to make physical activity a fun, rewarding and positive experience has led many students to choose a sport based on her being the teacher. Karen firmly believes advanced skill is not required to take part. Everyone can benefit from movement.
Sarah Johns, Canterbury Girls Secondary College.
In a relatively short time, Sarah created a professional development volleyball program for her school staff, tripling teacher and student participation numbers in the sport. She also coached a group of Year 7 girls, all new to the game, to claim the School Sport Victoria state title in volleyball.
Bronwyn Chisholm, Marlborough Primary School.
As a sports teacher, Bonnie hopes that her passion for fitness and health will rub off on her students. To provide maximum opportunity, she exposes them to a wide variety of sport and physical activities. In addition to teaching, she organised athletics, ran an inter-school sport program, volunteered for school camps, and rose early to join students in a before-school running club.
Well done, ladies. Our next award is presented to a parent, coach or volunteer for outstanding contribution to school sport and developing strong links to community sport. Please welcome our winner of the Outstanding Community Contribution Award.
Lenny Pamana, Serpil Primary School.
For 5 years, Lenny's drawn on her experience playing badminton at an Olympic level to coach and train students in the sport. She volunteers weekly, covering technique, tactics, team play, court etiquette and sportsmanship. Her dedication led Circle Primary School to win gold at the Victorian Primary Schools Badminton Championships 4 years in a row.
Lenny's a great athlete in her own right, so well done. The next award is for Outstanding School and Community Partnership. This school is being recognised for successfully nurturing and fostering strong partnerships with local community sporting groups. Accepting the first award for the winner is Principal David Smiley.
The Grange Peter 12 College.
As the first Victorian school to be involved in the NRL's In League in Harmony program, Grange College and its students are striving to be agents of change. Using sport as a vehicle to create a more cohesive society, they address issues such as social disengagement, racism, bullying, and explore how embracing diversity provides opportunities to move forward together in harmony.
And accepting the second award is Principal Meg Dallas.
Sorrento Primary School.
Establishing community partnerships created numerous possibilities for Sorrento Primary School and neighbouring schools. Partnerships such as that with St Joseph's Primary School and involvement in the friendly games and the community sport program drew attention to the importance of sport in developing healthy lifestyles and creating new friendships.
I love how they're bringing a couple of people up. More the merrier. Good on you. Well done. Let's celebrate. We now come to the awards for outstanding sporting achievements. There are 2 awards being presented this afternoon, one for a primary school student and one for a secondary student. Please watch our screens to meet our first winner for the primary school category.
Finn ran around paddocks shooting arrows at hay bales for years. So it was no surprise when he began competing in archery and winning. So far, Finn's won every archery event he has entered, including the Victorian State and the Australian National Indoor Championships, where he broke several state and national records. His commitment and drive was further rewarded with an invitation to participate in the Archery Australia National High Performance Program. Finn loves the camaraderie of the sport and being a role model for others. It's clear from his speedy rise to success that Finn's archery future is right on target.
I first got into cycling with my dad. So he used to ride around with his mates back in the day, and I liked the idea of going for breakfast in the mornings. The thing that I like about cycling compared to other sports is that the ones that train the hardest get the results. There's no luck involved. So whoever works the hardest is usually going to get the result, and that's what I love about it. I was actually in New Zealand when I got told that I had won this award. I was competing at the World Championships. Awesome recognition, because a lot of my idols had won it previously, and a lot of people that I look up to. So to be able to take the same pathway as what they've taken is pretty cool. So next year, hopefully in 2020, I'll be heading to Tokyo. That's a major goal of mine. And then hopefully one day be living in Europe, riding on the road and doing the Tour de France one day.
G'day, Carl. Brilliant, Simon. It's your fault, Simon. We'll blame you. Good on you. Lucas has got a fantastic career ahead of him. Okay, thanks Tim. Thank you. Your work here is done. Well done. Thanks, Tim. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to announce our final award, the Lindsay Gaze Outstanding Sports Leadership Award, please join me in welcoming to the stage Stefan Gruen, Executive Manager Marketing and Communications from Vic Health.
Thanks, Steve. It's a real privilege to be here today. Vic Health has had a long-standing partnership with School Sport Victoria, and I think as you've heard today, with the values of happy, healthy and resilient kids, that's something that Vic Health holds dear to our heart. In particular, getting people more active is a core focus for Vic Health, and particularly in the childhood and school years. That's so critical, because that's when we establish, what are lifelong habits. It's introducing someone with Lindsay's calibre is fairly daunting for someone with my sporting pedigree, because if you take the time to Google Lindsay Gaze when you get home, it's a pretty extensive list. So many accomplishments as a player, coach, administrator and volunteer over an extremely long period of time. But from a Vic Health perspective, 10 critical years on the Vic Health board, where Lindsay was a key contributor at a really pivotal time for our organisation. So that's the connection for us here today with Lindsay. And the award for outstanding contribution and leadership, with a particular focus on sportsmanship, characteristics that Lindsay has demonstrated many times over many years. We've been chatting over lunch about how he's worked quite closely with his son Andrew in the last couple of years, how you manage some of the personalities, dealing with high-profile egos and personalities that international basketball brings to you. I'm sure he's learned a lot from you, Lindsay. So it's my great privilege to welcome you to the stage to present this award. It's okay, Bock Health and Safety, this is just a joke. Now, I'm going to read this award, and then Lindsay will present the award, but the recipient doesn't know they're the winner, so hopefully the moment will dawn on them when they realise it is them. So this year's winner has displayed outstanding leadership qualities while captaining multiple teams, promoting sport through significant involvement in events and carnivals and mentoring younger peers. This athlete has won numerous medals, evidence of their remarkable sporting abilities and determination to succeed. With dreams of representing Australia at the Commonwealth Games or Olympics, this young competitor is certainly one to watch. We're proud to announce that the winner of the Lindsay Gates Outstanding Sports Leadership Award is Jack Carr from Staunton College.
Jack, come on over, mate. You surprised?
Yeah, sure.
That's what we like. We like the element of surprise. So you obviously showed great leadership characteristics and had a terrific year last year. Would you just like to take us over some of the highlights?
I had heaps of surprises throughout the year with swimming. I made a junior training camp at the AIS, so that was pretty exciting. That brought me that made me think of a lot of ways to help out at swimming at home and bring the culture of the club together, and then that also helped me with the state team on helping the kids who just made their first team to that was my last year, to help them for the younger kids when they do their first team. So yeah.
Is there anyone you looked up to and thought, oh gee, they really helped me out along my career and I'd like to use them as a role model to do the same?
Probably my coach Ash Delaney. He was an Olympian. Yeah, he's really inspirational with how much he gets the team together, and yeah, he's probably the one to go. And
the school, did you have a very supportive school?
Yeah, so I was at a school for year 7 to year 10, and they weren't really supportive for me. They were just saying everything. I was all swimming, I wasn't really school. I didn't really care about school. I got home and Mom's like, oh, do your homework, and I was like, no, I'd rather just do nothing. So, yeah.
We had got up at about 4 in the morning, I'm sure you worked pretty hard during the day.
Yeah, so, I moved to Staunton College and they helped out a lot. If I didn't have time to do homework, they were like, it's fine, just do it next week. I'm
sure their enrollments are about to go through the roof.
They were really good. They helped out a lot. My health teacher was probably the best because she helped out with everything with me.
Who's that? You better give her a shout out.
Danielle Cook. She was pretty good. So.
Good on you, Danielle. Jack, we really look forward to following your career along the way, and well done on the award today. And you're very humble, but I'm sure you show great leadership qualities, and that's what we really like to honour here for Lindsay and the work that he's done. And we're delighted that you could accept the award and speak so highly. Well done. Good on you. Thanks, Stefan. Thank Lindsay. Photo opportunity. Excellent. Well done, Jack. Thank Lindsay, guys. Thank you. All those egos that he has to deal with, and got all those issues, and that's just Margaret at home. But generally, I'm sure. We're delighted to have Lindsay and Margaret here. They've been fantastic role models and representatives of this state. So thanks, Lindsay, for making the time to be here today. And just to wrap up, I thank some other guests and speakers today. Obviously, the Parliamentary Secretary, the Honourable Tim Richardson. Thanks, Tim, for coming along today. Tony Goodwin from School Sport Victoria, Stephen Groom from Vic Health, and of course our presenters, Kelsey, Lyndon, Maddie and Richard for being on hand, and I'm sure that's been a highlight for our awardees. And of course we extend our congratulations once again to all the winners, their families and supporters. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. Hope you've enjoyed the presentation. I know I've enjoyed being here and hearing and learning about how to dress myself. I appreciate that. Just before I leave the stage, can I just ask that all the outstanding winners, Lindsay and the Parliamentary Secretary, just come back up onto stage. We'll get a group photo before you leave. Just as you've got off, Lindsay, we want you back up now. Exercise is good. Can I finally thank the Department of Education and Training and School Sport Victoria for having me here. He's made it, we're good. So we'll get the outstanding award winners up. We'll get a final photo. Thanks again. Keep up the good work. We really appreciate what you're doing for this state. Look forward to following your careers as they unfold over the years ahead, and we look forward to having you back at a future presentation as an award presenter. Would be terrific. Thanks a lot for your attendance. Have a safe afternoon.